Oh, one of the guests left. The broadcast. Hi, good afternoon. We're with a webinar of Bounce Back on the music industry. Unfortunately, one of the first sectors that was hardest hit by this COVID pandemic. Actually, it was the first sector I think that was first hit and then probably going to be the last to recover, unfortunately. So this afternoon, we will try and have a better sense of what's in store, what people are doing in the midst of this unprecedented disruption in our lives. So we gathered a panel that we hope will be able to give all of us a better handle on what's happening now. So first we have Moni Romana from Mint College, and then Teddy Dario of Matador Events, and then of course singer-songwriter Nel Cabangon, and then Jody Aguilon of I Lost My Gig.ph, and then of course Kian Cipriano joins us, the lead singer of Kalalili and the CEO of OC
Hi.
Records. So we start. Hi, good afternoon. Puro
Afternoon.
Hi
pala kayo
guys.
boys. Hi. Hi.
Ah,
We'll just start I guess about where we are now and where we are, what's happening and what you guys are doing to cope. We'll start with Ted.
yeah.
So can
In
you
my
give us
case,
an idea, Ted, about the events industry and what happens in January?
yeah. Well, for those who don't know, I do a lot of DJ events. That's what I concentrate on now. I focus now. But I used to do other events before, from managing bands to producing concerts. Since 1992. So I've been in the nightlife and entertainment industry for 28 years now, no? So matagal na rin. But yeah, lately, the last few years, I've been doing a lot of, actually not the last few years, but since 2003, I've been doing a lot of DJ events specifically focused on the retro market.
Mm-hmm.
So we play music from the 70s to the 90s, and normally I'm housed, or I'm based in a bar or certain bars.
Mm-hmm.
And lately, the
Okay.
last year and a half, I've been doing the popular retro nights in Wildflower. We started in Rockwell, and then till early this year we moved it to the bigger Wildflower branch in BGC, just to
Okay.
accommodate the large crowd that would come every Friday and Saturday during the events. No, so and then when the pandemic hit in March, I think that was March 14, we were forced
March
to shut
16.
down. Or yeah, but I think that Saturday night was March 14th, so that was basically we already closed down because we were worried about people getting sick, or getting infected during that Saturday night. No, so my last day of operation was actually March 13, which is a Friday. Friday the 13th pa nga. So the
Okay.
14th, on the 14th, we decided about 2 hours before we were supposed to open to just not push through anymore, just to be sure, because of course the our customers and our patrons were of the most important people, and we didn't want anyone to get sick or catch anything, since I think that time in March we didn't know much about the virus. So we just thought it would be safer to just not operate at night. So that's basically what happened. So ever since that time, I've been busying myself with continuous every weekend. I continue with the watch parties with my DJs, uh, who every Friday and Saturday we still keep to the old schedule that we had in Wildflower. So every Friday and Saturday at 9 o'clock, we have the DJs play for 2 or 3 hours. every week. So just to keep that, because
Okay.
when we shut down, a lot of our patrons got, got, well, they, number one, they got demoralized, and a lot of them were anxious. They were worried about the future and all that. So a lot of them were texting me, asking me if I could well, the first thing was for them to, they wanted me to share some music with them on their Spotify, on the Spotify, my Spotify playlist. So I I sent them my playlist, and then later on they're saying, can't your DJs play naman? So siguro a few weeks after we shut down, about 3 weeks after, I decided to do some watch, to come up with some watch parties every weekend, and that was end of March. So up to last weekend, every week we've been doing it, just to boost the morale of everyone, because all of us need it. Music, and just to show people that we'll come back one day soon, maybe stronger than ever. That's it.
Okay. So for now, it's not economic. I mean, not for an economic reason. It's just for a morale boost for now.
Yes, and yes, for now, because everyone I think music is a unifying force, no, worldwide. So once you listen to music, it can make you forget about what's happening in the world. So there's too much negativity already. So you
Okay.
want to chill out and relax and dance at home. So whatever makes you feel better, diba?
Okay. Well, since dun muna tayo sa negative, so that's why I wanted to ask kay Jody for again we could go through that data again. First, can you explain to the people what I lost my gig.ph is all about, how it came about, and what are the data that you guys have uncovered so far?
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you for inviting us to be part of this. Well, I'm part of the team at Pineapple Lab, and we're a creative hub located in Poblacion, Makati. So we do anything from live events to art exhibits to collaborations with the LGBTQ community. So, and we also run a festival in tandem with
Mhm.
Philippine Arts Month in February called Fringe Manila. So when everything had to come to a halt March 13th to March 14th, we were, yeah, I'll admit we were paralyzed as far as creatives working within the community of creatives, and our job
Mhm.
being to serve as a platform for people to express themselves. And so we were on a call with Worldwide Fringe, the Fringe Network, and someone in Australia had started I Lost My Gig Australia, which was inspired by another initiative in the States in response to a music festival being canceled. So we figured
Okay.
we might try that as an avenue to kind of bring together the community and measure the impact of the pandemic on our
Okay.
livelihood, of our mental health.
Mhm.
So yeah, we really
Okay.
started this as a way to just kind of see what's out there, as a landing, as a beacon for the community to maybe offload some of their worries, express their concerns. So as
Okay.
of yeah, so we did release two reports: the initial report, and along with another second report that was uploaded for public May 5th. And as of that report, we had reported over 5,000 projects lost, over 4,000 people impacted, with an estimated income loss of about 250 million pesos. Obviously, it's June 10 now, so it's been a month since then. And I think because of the respondents responding mostly 73% from the NCR, I think
Okay.
that's just a small, while the numbers are huge, I think it's also
Mhm.
just it's a fragment of the actual scope of how many people have been impacted and how many creatives have lost work during this time. And time keeps ticking. I mean, it's not it I don't I want to be positive and I see the light at the end of the tunnel, but right now we're still bleeding. We're losing. It's not a matter of just losing the gigs that you booked, but it's a matter of like being the opportunity to book work has also been taken away.
when you the data that you have, is that for musicians or theater people? What's the coverage?
So we took in respondents that worked in these sectors: the arts, design, entertainment, media, retail, and health and wellness. The respondents, in a total, actually 51% came from arts and entertainment sector.
Wow. Okay. So, well, we have two guests here who are right there in the arts and entertainment sector. I'll start with Kian. How about for Kalilili? How what happened? Eh, nawala. So we'll start with Noel. You personally, when did you start feeling the effect of the pandemic in terms of bookings or canceled gigs? When did it start? Uh, Cap, can you? Hello, you can't hear you. Uh, oh wait, wait, can't hear. Just a minute, guys. Uh, sorry, wait. Ako ba naka-mute? Was Manny, ikaw na lang muna for.
Ayan.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Cap,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
first.
Can
Okay,
you
you're
hear
good.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Medyo
again, the
static lang
question.
yung naririnig ko.
Okay, so again, the
Yeah.
question is,
Okay.
when did you first start feeling the effect of the pandemic?
Ah, siguro mga after a month or after, well, mga
Then
3 weeks siguro because
in terms of canceled gigs, yeah.
well, there's
Go ahead. Yeah,
sorry.
you
I
go
can hear
ahead.
you. Okay. I used to. I was supposed to have my last gig March 14th.
Mm.
That was the eve of the implementation of lockdown, and then I was supposed to go to Korea on towards the end of March, but those did not happen, and because of because of lockdown and at the time Korea was already experiencing also a high cases of infected patients and so well first was like yung panghihinayang ba
Oh, of
that
course.
you have gigs that are pushing through and then of course you don't know when I was always on standby and waiting for what's really going to happen. But it seemed like it was really the problem was really getting very, very, very serious, and it became a global concern. And then everything was shut down and or shut off.
Okay. Uh,
And at home there was this doing something for the people who are in need and you know fundraisers, several fundraisers,
mhm.
and
Yep.
yeah, but doing I gave up on waiting for what's going to happen and gigging is really not in the configuration at all.
So because we were not allowed to go out, well,
What have you been
just
doing?
I just well I was very active in doing in joining the several fundraisers. Um, Actually, it for me the lockdown wasn't really bad at all in terms of creativity. You know, I apparently I was able to uh, to to write a lot of songs and even fix some of my old songs, and I was able to release two more songs with my label, and it was kind of very productive because that's what I also had in mind, is to not to be idle but to be productive and take advantage of the time that and well, and of course um, it was also a very learning, I don't know, experience, because I was pushed to learn about the new technology
Okay.
and make use of it. And so, but
So,
you know, but being and then but gig is really is it was really none. Aside from there was a couple of online gigs.
mm-hmm.
I'm kind of a bit fortunate with that, because I had a there were there was this batch in Ateneo that they hired me to do a gig for their batch, and then there was this pharmaceutical company that asked me to do something for the frontliners, and maybe the yeah for the frontliners. So that's it. And aside from that one, and well, I was also able before the lockdown. I was able to get something a project, which is a write songwriting for a for an agency, and that's what I've been working on also. So, but but the gigging part is, well, it wasn't really, you know, I gave up on and on waiting for that one when it's going to open again.
Oo nga.
But one thing I did also was because I was doing gigs with at my brother's mustache, and then I thought of doing something for the artists there.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked to the owner, and to for us to be able to do something to, you know, to do a fundraising for the artists, and we were able to do that,
Mm-hmm.
and we were able to raise some funds, and to my realization that the bar actually has a very dedicated uh, customers and clientele, and they when we announced it and when we did the fundraising, they were the first to really respond and donate. So, and we were really able to raise a big amount. I was I was only thinking about 100, maybe the most,
How much did you get?
or less than 100,000, but we were able to raise about 300 and something, 308,000.
Oh, that's good.
So
Pero, so,
yeah, and then yun, wala pang kasunod.
but you're saying, valid,
Yeah.
that I guess you need to pivot. That is, you have no choice but to do that. Parang innovate because of what's happening. We're kept online. So maybe I could move to Moni about innovation. Kasi with Mint College, kayo rin, you're also forced to go online. How are you responding to the pandemic?
Yeah.
Go Moni.
Well, for Mint, well, the whole premise rin naman kasi for Mint, the whole
Nawala.
premise of the
Okay.
school, parang we're all predicated on innovation,
Mm-hmm.
which is curiously, I sorry,
Go ahead. Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, hello. Okay,
Mm.
there you go. Ayun, Mint, yes, Mint is parang the college itself is predicated on innovation. And curiously enough, it's innovation in uh, in our programs kasi we're the only school that offers music business management
Okay.
apart from our other courses, digital film, MMA, and so on. Just observing kasi syempre we have to teach now that the industry is transforming, we have to be able to teach our students to cope with regards to that
Okay.
transformation apart from us transforming our methodologies
Yourself.
ourselves.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
parang it's double, it's a double whammy, if you may. Parang we're on the
Yeah.
lookout for how we need to innovate in the industries we want our students to be part of, and at the same time we have to innovate our methodologies. But I think, since yun yung core ng institution, we are a little more, parang in terms of mindset, we're a little more adjusted that we have to innovate, pivot, and basically reimagine
Okay.
everything that we're doing.
Pero can you just give our audience siguro just a background on what Mint College does? What are the courses that it offers in this particular field in entertainment? Hello? Moni, can you give a background on Mint College?
Hello, sorry, I seem to have lost
Hello?
question.
What Mint College is?
Oh yes,
Uh,
yeah. Sorry, what was the question again?
what does Mint College do? And
Okay.
courses it offers?
Min College. Okay. So Min College is fairly young institution. We offer senior high school as well. Well, we started with our tertiary, our college level. We offer business, arts, and innovation, business, arts, and technology
Okay.
courses. So our courses include, like I said, music business management, multimedia arts, theater arts, film. Our business courses are marketing and entrepreneurship. We have computer science and IT.
Okay.
So we've been around since 2012. We also, a couple of years ago, we also started our senior high school. So that's where we are. Our niche, if you may, would be yun nga, the arts and the arts and technology um, um, uh, areas of education.
And you said that you finished your last your sem when? Uh, Parang timing lang sa COVID yung pagtapos, no? Or May ka pa?
Well, actually, May kami natapos ng ano, we ended our term May. So we had to
Okay.
make that sudden shift, and it told mahirap. It wasn't as it was very difficult for both the teachers and the students. But so that led, I guess, the school to decide to forego our summer classes and just prepare for how we need to address the incoming semester in August.
Okay, yeah, that's true. So, well, let's see. Later, we'll go to the future now. Is Kian here already? Okay,
Yan, I mean, hi
so
guys. Hi. Sorry,
just
nag-creep
hi,
internet ko. Sorry. Hi to everyone. Thanks for
hi.
having me
So
here.
we can just round up the first question on
Mhm.
when did you first start feeling the effect of the pandemic in terms of lost gigs or canceled shows?
Well, kami kasi sa OC Records, parang yung pinakauna namin siya na naramdaman na nandiyan na siya. Parang gano'n. Kasi nung una
Mm.
naman, everyone
Yeah.
was just so parang, oh, there's this virus, but we really
Mm.
had no idea what's happening, di ba? Tapos
Yeah.
nung last concert that we mounted was UP Fair Hiwaga. So we did
Okay.
the Monday leg for UP Fair ngayong year. And I think, kung di ako nagkakamali, nung time na yun, doon nag-announce ng DOH na parang wala munang gatherings or
Oh,
ganyan.
yeah, yeah.
Kaya parang, kaya even parang, natuwa lang kami kasi na-execute pa namin yung show. Pero after nun talaga, every show na book for us, nagka-cancel na, nagpo-postpone na unti-unti.
Okay. So what have you guys been doing to at this time, no? For both for yourself, and then
Yeah.
for OC Records. Can maybe you could
Well,
also tell the viewers pala muna sino yung mga talents mo under OC Records?
Well, yeah, I have a record label and a talent management. So I'm handling sila Unique Salonga, Rice Lucido, Earl Generao, Mary, Kala Lily, myself, and marami pa kaming mga fresh young talents sa roster namin. Well, Johnny now is also part of OC Records and Beat and the Butterflies. So kami naman, dahil sa nangyayari na to, tuloy-tuloy lang kami. I mean, tuloy-tuloy lang kami sa pag-iisip ng ideas kung paano like magiging relevant. Kasi I think sa end naman yun naman yung gusto namin ma-achieve na, to keep the relevance. Pero tama rin si Sir Morning kanina, I was hearing him say na as much as gusto natin maging positive and be like everything's gonna be alright tomorrow. Alam mo yun? Parang, I think mas dapat mag-isip na ng solution. Parang nandun kami sa stage din ngayon ng team na brainstorm lang kami. Paano kaya tayo mag-a-adapt dun sa bagong nangyayari o sa bagong mangyayari? 'Di ba? Kasi, like, obviously, wala atang expert sa atin dito kasi nagulat tayo lahat.
Wala.
Hindi natin alam eh. 'Di ba? Walang coronavirus guy or 'di ba? So nung nagsa-start na mag-cancel yung mga shows, naisip na namin ng team na okay, let's focus on doing live streams. Diba? And
Okay.
so live stream ka to, like, of course, to promote the music, to promote the artists, and to just keep everything alive. Pero honestly, do so much. Diba?
Yeah.
It can only do so much.
That's right. Well, I guess doon na tayo sa part na to the future, no? Parang how does the new normal nga ika nga look like? I'll start again with Teddy. Ted, how do you see this playing out? Are we gonna have no gigs at all until the end of the year? Some are already preparing like that, no? So no gigs until the end of 2020. And if we do have a gig, how is that gonna look like?
Well, I think what's going to happen is a lot of it will be wait and see because, of course, no one knows when the vaccine will come out, and at the same time, the live events industry cannot wait also that long for the vaccine to come out because people have been saying that it would come out in a year and a half. So, but that's too long for us to wait before we start.
Yeah.
Restarting the live events industry. So right now in the National Live Events Coalition, of which a lot of the people who are guests today are also part of,
Yeah.
we're looking at how to adapt or how to restart our businesses. And
That's
what
true.
we're looking at, especially in the case of bars, a lot of them, we heard, we don't know if it's true, no, but we're hoping it's true. But I think there's word that they're going to allow bars to reopen, but
Really.
at 50% capacity. Now,
Okay.
of course, if that happens, we still, for the bar owner, it might be, we still don't know if the bar owners will also agree, because they still have fixed costs
That's
to
true.
take care of, no? So for their staff and all that, and yet they can only accommodate 50% of its capacity. So right now, I think the big question is, because we want to move forward the live events industry, and figure out how to draw back our patrons without without
Endangering them.
having yes, without, with all the health and safety safeguards, of course, in place, no, the protocols and all that. So I think right now the National Live Events Coalition is working closely with the DOH and the DTI and all that, to figure out a way where we can bring back all the events, as long as some safeguards are met, as long as some standards also of safety and health procedures are met by either the establishment or the event itself. So the producers and the live venues. So I think that's the first step. I actually, I think by the end of the year, around September, October, there's going to be some semblance already of the nightlife coming back and the events coming back, and weddings will be back, because you know weddings are also, people don't look at it that way, but weddings
They're the
and
biggest. They're the biggest, right?
yes, weddings, conventions, exhibitions, the ones they call mice, are actually a really huge part of the live events industry. And of course, you'll have to restart the economy somehow. And the live events industry in the Philippines is a really huge contributor to the economy, especially, people don't realize it. They don't see, because our industry is full of freelancers
Puro
na
back.
tinatawag. Yes,
Yeah.
from
Right.
to production assistants. You have DJs who are not really employed by a certain club. They gig in so many places, and even the stage riggers, all those people are part of the live events industry. And what I've heard is we contribute billions of pesos a year into the economy. So I think the what's going to happen is the government will have to start opening up our sector, just to get the economy also going, because it employs, I heard, almost 1 million people nationwide. So that's what I see lang happening. We'll probably start opening up little by little. So 50% capacity maybe by August, September. Then towards Christmas, creeping into the 100% already. But they'll require the staff, of course, and people to go through certain screenings before they can enter a venue, or that's how I see it happening. But
Okay.
I'm pretty confident by the end of the year we'll see most of it back, or
Okay.
yeah, something, yeah.
Something. Oo nga. Christmas can't be canceled, no?
Yes, cannot be, especially
Okay.
in our country.
Oo nga. Okay. So, well, I'll go to Jody. How do you see the year playing out?
I can't see past tomorrow, but
Okay.
based on some of the initiatives that we're witnessing online and on a global scale, I think there is obviously a rise in independent artists skill sharing. I mean, offering their independent services through online platforms, whether that be vocal lessons, copywriting, help with marketing. And we are going to see with that also a rise, I feel, in the barter economy, people trading things and services as opposed to purchasing outright. And I also think, I mean, there's also the talk about bringing back drive-through cinemas, and perhaps
Yeah,
with that,
I'm looking forward to that.
yeah, and also I think perhaps the F&B and the nightlife, we might see a couple more speakeasies, like more intimate experiences for people who are still looking for that kind of experience. And I think right now what we're witnessing also is, as far as visual artists and performing artists, we're actually getting a more intimate relationship with them and their output, and showing their work in progress through online platforms, really taking audiences to how they create work, what inspires them. And they're using all sorts of platforms through Facebook, Instagram Live, Kumu. So that's what I see for the year, but who knows? Tomorrow when we wake up, what the news will be.
I know, but you also said earlier that you still don't have a clear picture of the gigs lost outside NCR, no? Is there
Correct.
like a ballpark figure that you're looking at? How much before the end of the year? How much do you think that will run up to?
Right now, there was some of our data was presented by Congressman Toff de Venetias on his as part
Yeah.
of his privilege speech, and those figures were already in the billions. So this is really just a fraction.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, thank you, Jody. So I'll move to Noel. Uh, Noel, what do you think in store for the live gigs this year? Do you see it coming back before the end of the year?
Well, well, I'm hoping because a lot of my colleagues or artists who are gigging artists are, they're really they're waiting to go back, and because it's the only way they can earn something,
Mm-hmm.
but I saw it this morning that the DTI secretary announced that yeah, that during the MCQ, some bars are going to open at 50% capacity, but I don't know if it's really going to be very feasible for bars. No, I don't know if they'll be able to at least uh, get I mean the overhead, to be able to be able to recoup that one, or and well, I'm just hoping that maybe towards Christmas
Okay.
some of the bars are going to open, and well, but I'm hoping, but not really that hopeful, because we
Okay.
our we gather people,
Hmm.
and the more people that we gather, the bigger income that we get. I mean, something like that. So if we're going to gather less, then we get less too,
That's true.
and bigger gigs are not going to be. I don't know if it's going to be mounted, or I don't know, organized or whatever. I don't know, but of course, what we can do is just hope, for that it's going to happen. Uh, yeah, and well, it's some of us are like, I know a friend who's now he's baking, he's selling
Okay.
pandesal, and ako naman.
I'm curious. I'm curious. What is it like
Well,
to perform without an audience? I know you do a lot of online gigs, but it must be, I don't know, psychologically difficult to perform in front of a computer.
sorry, I didn't get that.
How is it like to perform without an audience? alam mo yun, yung walang applause.
If Tina, if I may answer
Go
the
Kian,
question,
yeah.
no?
Go ahead.
Weird siya na tumugtog
Oo.
sa online,
I didn't
honestly.
get
Kasi
that,
parang,
Tina. I was
Si Kian
static
muna.
sa end.
Okay, go Kian.
yeah. Anyways, parang pag tumutugtog ka kasi sa online, ang laking difference niya dun sa pag tumutugtog ka, let's say, sa bar. Kasi sa bar, nakaharap ka sa kanila, hindi mo alam kung ano yung iniisip nila o reaction nila, nakikita mo. Probably may eye contact kayo, but hindi mo alam kung ano tumatakbo sa utak nila. Pero pag nakikita mo yung chat box, kapag nagla-live stream ka, ang weird kasi automatic, let's say ako, kumakanta ako, nakikita ko na kaagad yung sinasabi nila o yung reaction nila. So parang weird din somehow.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing to see instant feedback like that?
Well, I don't think it's a good thing or a bad thing naman. It's more of parang, it's
The way it
digital
is.
age na eh. Diba? Oo,
Yeah.
digital age eh. Whether we like it or not, nandun tayo sa mundo na yun ngayon. But a lot of my artists also ask me, diba, na parang, how are we gonna move forward? What are we
Yeah.
gonna do from here?
That's my question, yeah. Where are we going,
Yeah.
do you think?
Honestly, nasa isang bubble tayo of uncertainty, and kung mangyari man na this year makabalik na ulit yung live events, ako naniniwala ako sa miracles. Pero seeing the numbers na tumataas yung cases ng coronavirus, parang ang weird kasi tayo yung huli na babalik eh. 'Di ba? Yung
Oo
mass
nga.
gatherings na yun, isa
Yep.
tayo yung mga pinakahuli. 'Di ba,
That's
yung
true.
malakihan na shows, 'di ba? So kumbaga hindi ko talaga masabi kung kailan, kasi at the end of the day, ang importante sa atin is yung safety ng lahat ng tao, safety ng artists, safety ng live events people, safety ng crowd, everything. But siguro magdedepende talaga siya kung paano rin natin may eradicate yung mismong virus. But kami naman, tuloy-tuloy kami in terms of like publishing, licensing, and doon ako pupunta ngayon kasi yun yung doable. And
Okay.
I've been telling all my artists na I think this is the perfect time to like brainstorm and be ridiculously creative and reinvent yourself. Kasi pag bumalik ulit sa lahat, I'm sure ibang tao na yung mga musikero ngayon, ibang tao na yung mga nagtatrabaho sa live events ngayon, iba na yung mindset and perspective ng lahat. So I'm also excited sa kung ano man magiging creative output ng lahat. 'Di ba? Kasi ngayon pantay-pantay eh, 'di ba? Whether you're like an established artist or a starting one, walang lumalabas eh. Walang gigs, 'di ba?
That's true.
So,
But
yeah.
how about the economic situation? Kasi of course, with no gigs means no money for many of your colleagues, no? So, paano ba ngayon napupunuan yun, or meron bang way for them to earn outside gigging?
Well, depende. Like meron iba akong mga nakakausap na music artists who parang dive into like script writing.
Okay.
Or some are parang trying to like do their own content na ipapalabas nila beyond music, 'di ba? So ganun yung I think nagtatry lahat, kasi wala naman talagang upfront na may mga inquiries, may super like ilang gigs na online na natuloy na paying, pero hindi naman lahat meron because everyone's doing fundraisers naman talaga, 'di ba? So yung iba, I think, naghahanap ng ibang pagkakitaan. Tama, Sir Well. Iba nag-business on the side. Iba naghahanap talaga ng way kung paano din kikita. There's this app eh. It's called Kumu. You know, ano sila naman, what they do naman, they're a community of mga iba-ibang individuals na nagla-live stream, and then they can give you like virtual gifts, and yung virtual gifts na yon ay pwedeng ma-convert to cash. Parang
Okay.
some are doing
That's
that.
good.
Iba naman dive din into post-production, yung mga artists na marunong mag-edit or marunong, like kaya naman sa OC, ang ginagawa namin ngayon, nag-offer kami ng live stream service sa
That's
iba-ibang companies. Like meron kaming ibang clients na like they wanna say parang hold their private event and they don't know how to do it. So kami, dahil equipped kami, baga, yun ang pinagkakakitaan. Isang way na pwedeng pagkakitaan ngayon. Di ba? Kasi mahirap mahirap talaga. I feel for all the musicians also who play in like bars and hotels and
hotels.
yung
Yeah.
mga musikero, mga kapatid natin na musikero na kumukuha ng kabuhayan nila sa per gig basis, 'di ba? Also our roadies, 'di ba? And kumbaga, yun din yung isang mahirap na part kasi as much as also gustong tulungan ng mga artists yung buong team nila, but kung wala talagang pumapasok na money or walang pumapasok na revenue, it's not that easy also to sustain. So, kumbaga ngayon nga yung time din talaga to parang get out of the box and mag-isip talaga tayo ng paraan kung paano tayo kikita muna, 'di ba?
Okay. Okay. So on that note, I'll go to Moni about how are you now going to teach the same subjects given this new normal? I'm curious, how are you gonna tell the students to cope?
Yeah, well, siguro just as I mentioned nga, no, parang apart from us trying to adjust to our methods of teaching, yung content rin is something that we want to be able to be relevant. So that's why we're really parang looking into trends and parang this is siguro yung role of, we're taking on the role of the academe as parang a think tank for let's see where this industry is going, and maybe so to that point nga, right a few weeks after the lockdown, what I did in my personal capacity, I organized parang offshoot siya of a meetup that we used to do. We did once live. We called it a music industry meetup. Parang iba-ibang professionals. So we migrated that online, which is nakakatuwa naman because we have about 1,500 people in that group already from the industry.
Dami,
so related to that, related to that point of what how do we adjust what we teach, doon ako nakakakuha ng insight.
Okay.
And just to share some insights,
yeah, please do. Yeah.
Sorry, just to share some insights. A few weeks ago, we did parang focus group discussion with different sectors of the music industry, artists, promoters, producers, publishing, labels, etc. It was very interesting. What we tried to discuss is parang problem identification. Kasi I guess everyone was in that state of shock.
Yeah.
Na parang, okay, what are we going to do? We haven't really had the chance to sit down and say, okay, let's go look into what our problems are so that, diba, eventually we will be able to address them. So what we found out, those insights, very, very interesting insights from these professionals. Like I said, multi-sectoral siya. And I could sum it up into 3 concerns for them right now during the pandemic. The first, the biggest concern that they have right now is survival. Kumbaga, hindi pa nila naiisip masyado yung how are we going to do everything else. The basic muna is to survive. That's the primary, that's I guess the most urgent and most important. The second would be how do they continue to create. Kasi kanina there was that discussion about you asked sila Kian and Noel, how does it feel performing in
Without
front of
an
a computer
audience.
screen versus
Yeah.
without an audience. And the interesting insights we got there was it was very difficult for them. One, to parang it was very hard to get inspiration
Mm-hmm.
from being in front of a computer versus being part of a live being in front of a live audience. Two, and I think this is also very important, and this was emphasized during the discussion, is the ability to create because of all the uncertainty. I mean, like I mean, you have artists who really took the opportunity. Yun nga, sina Kian, sina Noel took the opportunity to create. But there
Mm-hmm.
are also a lot of artists who are finding it difficult now to create. So
Okay.
parang
Yeah, I agree.
either it's creating by themselves or creating kasi walang means of collaboration. Hindi yun dating, 'di ba, sa magsama-sama yung banda, tapos mag-create kayo, nawala
Yeah.
bigla yun eh. So that's the second concern
Okay.
is how do they continue to create? And the third concern that came out of that discussion was a concern of connection. Again, related to your question about fans. Ang hirap
Without
maging ang hirap maging like fully appreciate siguro yung pagiging artist mo without the feedback that you would get immediately from an audience. So yun yung mga tatlong concerns nila, and then underlying all those concerns is a concern for mental health.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sabi nila yun rin
very
yun
important.
ang isang malaking issue or malaking concern. So we did that focus group discussion to identify problems kasi sana and I always tell I really parang emphasize this in these types of discussions. Talagang if we were to accept that things will never be the same again, it can be close to what it was before, but it will never be what it was before. Parang the sooner we realize that that is the case, the sooner we can come up with solutions do sa mga problema na yun nga na na-outline nila. Kaya sabi namin, usap muna tayo about the problems and then let's talk about the solutions with the acceptance nga that, things will be like this for a while.
So have you guys come up with that, like a working set of solutions going forward? Do we need government help?
Well,
What kind
government
of what kind of
will help.
intervention do we need?
Well, obviously yung unang concern yung survival. Ang laking part ng ng government doon.
Yeah.
Ang laking gagawa ng government doon pagdating sa survival. So and well, it's not just government, it's everyone coming together, and yung na-mention nga ni na Sir Noel yung all these shows and benefit gigs that kind of benefit the community. Ayun, mga ganong klaseng intervention. Yun yung yun muna yung ma-address. I think, sabi nga, may nagsabi rin yata doon sa basically, if you don't have to worry about your survival, yung problems about, yung solutions, you can come up with solutions for creation and solutions for connection.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, ang unang hurdle yung survival muna. So,
Totoo.
sana, yun yung kailangan ma-address muna.
Okay. So since Kap, since nawala ka kanina, again yung tanong ko lang yung what is it like to perform without an audience, and I guess how si back no. Well, since wala pa siya, no, but since we're in bounce back, the theme here in this group really is more on a positive spin and try to find ways together to literally, and not literally, figuratively bounce back. So how do you think we could all help each other here do that? Maybe I can start with Ted, since you've been around the longest, I think, in the industry. How do you see the different actors in this industry coming together to help each other? Are the audience, for example, how can we as audience help? the industry that gives so much, but now needs the help back?
Well, I, I think all the sectors should get together and really help out the entertainment and live events and nightlife industry, because I'm not talking only about the artists who lost gigs, but I'm also talking about the whole industry, people who support those events. So you have as I mentioned earlier, the freelancers,
Mhm.
the people even who drive the
Yeah.
artists to the gigs, the security people, all these people lost their jobs, lost money. So in terms of the artists, they lost money in terms of all their bookings were canceled. And you have even the theater industry is shut
Mhm.
down. It's
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
happened before, no? So, you have all these talented artists who basically don't have any work now,
Mhm.
and they rely on the events pushing through and all that. So, I think the good thing is right now, the positive thing is that all these different sectors in the live events industry. So you're talking about the wedding planners, the
Mhm.
freelancers, the security people, have all gotten together
With
and formed,
NLE.
with NLE CPH, no, and
Mhm.
have already spoken to people in the industry who also feel for us, like Congressman Toff de Venecia, and others who are very close to the entertainment industry, and they're already trying to push for the DTI and the government to actually uh, give some cash subsidies to the different companies and the freelancers who really are suffering right now. So that's
Right.
that's the first big step. Hopefully,
Mhm.
something comes out of that. The second big step is that when the live events come on, I really hope that all these people, the nice thing about this is all these artists, despite the fact that they've lost, gigs and all that, the DJs have lost gigs. The funny thing is they're the ones who are trying to raise money for
Yeah, I
for
know.
our other
Yeah.
brothers who are maybe
True.
in dire straits. So in my watch parties, we've also tried to raise money for Caritas Manila. Is my beneficiary, no? But we've been trying to also do what we could and what we can to help people cope with this pandemic. So what we want maybe in return is that these people also support us when the live events industry come back. Maybe go watch a concert, watch a theater show, watch a musical, go to a club or a bar to support these people who also try to support you even mentally, no? Because
Mhm. For sure.
uh, I think everyone was so anxious these past few months.
Mhm.
I have some friends who suffer from mental some mental conditions, and they've been talking to me, texting me that they're always getting these anxiety attacks because of they don't know what the future holds, and so you know I, on my own, I feel good that I'm able to help them in a way by doing these watch parties, because the amount of people texting me and giving me a call after and saying that, Ted's, thanks, last night that was a great gig, made me really happy, and I was able to dance at home uh, like a crazy man. And me and my wife were dancing and all that. So those things make me feel good. So I just hope that the public also gives back later on, whether it's to watch a concert or a musical or go watch a, a theater play or those things. That's really gonna help also the artists, because I think a lot of them really also need some morale boosting and all
For
that. So
sure.
Yeah.
Looking forward.
Yeah.
Kian, how about you? Since we're bounce back, how do you think we could help each other bounce back?
Well, I was telling my other friends, who also belong in our industry, na parang this is the perfect time to really come as one and look after each other and listen to each other kung paano kasi ang pag-isa walang hindi siya pwedeng, let's say, isang side ng industry natin nakabalik na okay na sila eh. Hindi, sabay-sabay talaga tayo lahat eh. 'Di ba? So, the only way that we can like really bounce back is itong ginagawa natin ngayon, na nag-usap-usap tayo kung paano natin siya gagawin. Kasi honestly, we haven't really figured out how we're gonna do live events ulit. So good thing there's this and yung National Live Events Coalition
Coalition.
PH. Napakalaking bagay niya sa akin kasi tama si Sir na ang pinaka nagko-cause ng anxiety ng mga artists niyan o lahat ng tao sa live events ay yung yung survival, 'di ba? Parang wait, paano namin pakakainin yung pamilya, or paano ko masusustain yung ganito, yung mga ganyang bagay, 'di ba? And kung matutulungan tayo ng government, at least man lang ma-recognize yung sector natin, that we tayo yung pwede rin mabigyan ng subsidy, pwede tayo mabigyan ng support, na whether like you're an artist or a roadie or a road manager or kung ano man, na ma-recognize lang nila tayo, maging part tayo ng kumbaga nung society. As parang I've been hearing hearing may mga nagko-comment na usually naririnig mo sa mga kids, 'di ba? Whenever they say parang anong dream mo when you grow up? I want to be a teacher, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a soldier, I want to be a president, ganyan. Pero maganda rin na ngayon siguro masabi rin natin sa society na kung yung mga batang to makikita nila yung live events industry as a career, na talagang bibigay ko yung sarili ko katulad ng mga nakikita ko sa libro o sa TV man, 'di ba? I think mas gaganahan din yung buong industry natin to like elevate the production or yung quality ng mga shows na binibigay natin, 'di ba? Na talaga, feeling ko isa siyang chain ng kung sino yung mga kailangan natin para makabalik tayo ulit doon. 'Di ba? Gobyerno, tulungan tayo, isa-isa tulungan tayo. Labels, kumbaga kung kahit contemporaries tayo, magtulungan na tayo kasi pag nakabangon yung isa, bangon ang lahat eh. So we just need to like push each other.
I like that. Thanks. How about you, Moni? How do you see us bouncing back? How can we work together there?
Well, I guess and I actually, before we went on, Teddy and I were discussing this. Again, part of the acceptance that this is the new normal, things won't be back the way they were before. Yun nga, also echoing Kian's statement, kasi nga dahil we're all part of a big ecosystem. And we have to look into relationships between the members of the ecosystem. Just to give you, I was looking through some figures, some research figures. So projections globally are, worst case, the in the music industry will be down about 34-35% for 2020 compared to last year. Labels, record companies, record labels won't be hit as much. Publishers won't be hit as much. The live events industry takes up the big chunk of that hit. Like 75% of the decline is from the decline of the live events industry, where artists, because of the way things are now, yun yung bread and butter ng mga artists like si Sir Noel, si Kian, di ba, everyone else. So if we were to acknowledge nga as an industry, as the whole ecosystem, now hindi things, hindi tayo pwedeng business as usual. Na parang, and I saw a good comment do sa feed kanina, the idea of co-opetition. I don't know who mentioned that, but yeah, that's precisely it. Hindi pwedeng business as usual na parang magkanya-kanya muna yung sectors na parang labels will do what they do, publishers will do what they do. We have to help each other out, especially because kunyari, labels, publishers, your platforms, your Facebook, your Spotify, they should help the artists out. And they're looking for ways to do that. Ano lang, parang kailangan maging what's this? We really have to help each other out kasi nga, like Kian pointed out, if the whole industry recovers, we all benefit. We have to look at it at that in that respect. Sabi ko nga kanina, well, I also, just to mention yung discussion namin ni Teddy kanina, like, di ba yung mga DJs that do mga live sets, or even mga artists who do live sets on Facebook, etc. And then it's a common problem that at some point in their stream, they will be cut because of licensing issues. Di ba?
Yeah.
Parang,
Yeah.
I mean, and understandably, because content owners, songwriters, labels, etc., they have to be remunerated for what they're doing, for their content. Hindi pwedeng libre yan. Pero if we can come up with, if we all come together and say, okay, Facebook, who does this live stream, okay, baka naman pwedeng you don't just parang, ay, kakat namin yung live stream mo because we can't, you have to license your content. Maging proactive ba na parang, okay, sige, do your live stream, we'll handle your licensing, etc. I know it's easier said than done, but that's just one of the examples sa parang there's an opportunity there for each member of the ecosystem to bring each other up.
Okay.
Para walang sagabal do sa tulungan. Yeah.
Let's see where that's gonna go. But that's a good idea nga to maybe, if not the whole amount, maybe a discount, diba? On the licensing fee going down. But that's another issue. Jody, before I go to Noel.
Actually, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I may add, Tina, di ba, since nag-usapan nga natin like yung mga Facebook licensing, mga ganyan bagay, di ba? I think also this is the perfect time for like the artists to know where their songs are. Di ba? To know kung nasa, and to educate themselves kung how does these things work, like licensing, yung
Copyright.
OSR mo, paano pag ginamit siya sa ganito, copyright, lahat. Kailangan yata makita rin ng mga artists yung value noon.
Okay. Good point.
Para alam nila kung nasan yung treasure, yung pinaghirapan nilang mga kanta, 'di ba? So, doon din kasi kung maiingatan nila yung mga songs nila, bawat let's say bawat artist o labels, maingatan natin yung lahat na catalog natin. Doon na mag-work yung sinasabi na pwede na tayo mag-usap-usap dahil alam natin kung kanino natin hahanapin lahat. So madali tayo magko-collaborate and ma-sustain
like
pa rin natin
win-win.
yung industry
Okay.
natin.
Good point.
Yeah.
Thank you. Jody, how about for you, for the rest of the other creative industry aside from music? How do you see a bounce back there?
I think one of the quick answer is everyone's saying to pivot, go digital. But obviously, to kind of echo some of the sentiments on this panel, without survival, addressing basic needs, rent, food, and also number two, the ability to create. This pandemic has definitely taken its toll on our mental health. Respondents are saying that they can't create because they're feeling uninspired. Some have had to give up their studio spaces so they cannot create, which brings me to number three, without the means to create. I mean, we're telling people to upskill and to create quality content, but let's address Do we all have Wi-Fi? Do we all have smartphones? Do we all have beauty rings and expensive microphones? For real, so that and then I mean at the end of all that,
Yeah,
I
so
think at the root of all of this, as far as a basic human need, is the freedom to create. Realizing that arts and culture is a basic human need across the universe. So, I mean, platforms like this, I suggest that obviously we be more vocal, we have more discussions like this around these issues, and we be visible. And number one, we collaborate, on
Right.
large scale movements. It's through the private sector and citizen-led initiatives that we're really going to see immediate impact. But obviously with the larger powers that be, if they can jump in with longer-term solutions that are going to address our needs beyond this pandemic, there are issues here that we're already, that we needed to bounce back from before this COVID pandemic.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Cap, to you, Noel. The question is, how do you see us bouncing back? Uh, Better though for him to read it. Can you hear me? And then you prepare na rin your, because we're beyond the 1 hour mark. So we'll just take this moment just to first to thank you all for being here, and we want to end on a positive note. So just last thoughts from all of you, a message to everyone who's listening about the industry and what's in store, and how are we gonna come back stronger than ever? Probably. We'll start with Moni.
Okay. Sige, thank you very much also for this opportunity. Um, as a last word, I guess what I find encouraging right now, because of the adversity that we are facing, is that we had this chance to come together. We probably, I mean, siguro unfortunately, it had to take something of this magnitude for an industry. Sabi nga ni Jody, there have been problems and issues and concerns that needed to have been addressed even before this pandemic. It had to take something of this magnitude to bring us together, unfortunately. But the positive is we are together. And I'm seeing a lot of collaboration. I mean, a lot of discussions like this and a lot of collaboration. So what we need to do is sustain this, keep moving forward, and sure enough, there will be, we can always expect a light at the end of the tunnel. So we, kapit-kapit lang, hang on, and then definitely take this opportunity to collaborate and to cooperate as a whole, as one. Thank you.
Good. Thank you. Jody, last word.
Last words. Oh, please don't let them be my last words. But I mean, a succinct thought would be for people that are out there that are in the creative sector to not stop creating. There are reasons why we exist in this world. I can't imagine a world without the arts. So yes, please keep creating.
Thank you, Teddy.
Yeah, well, probably my my advice, or to my colleagues in the same industries, maybe this it's the time to reinvent ourselves. Maybe try to adapt to what the new realities will be when everything comes back. When they allow us again to enjoy going to bars, to events, and so maybe it's time now for us to prepare for that eventuality. I know it's going to happen soon, but at the same time, like I think Moni mentioned it earlier, it might not be the usual thing from pre-COVID. So everyone will have to the normal will be the normal thing will not be pre-COVID, but will be something that is post-COVID, and that we have to prepare for. What that will be, of course, we don't know yet.
Okay.
But we know for sure that everyone will have to be, I mean, the protocols will have to be very stringent. So we'll have to be prepared for that. And probably for producers, they'll also have to know that they'll have to spend a bit more on protecting their patrons also whenever they watch a show. And I also hope that this thing will bring us more collaboration with all the sectors of the live events industry, be it like what Moni said, maybe be it the social media companies like Facebook, to publishers, the composers, the artists, and the government, of course. We really need them to back us up, no? Because for the longest time, I think for decades, our industry has not been considered a
An
formal
industry.
yes. We were neither here nor there. So it's only now that they realize that the live events sector is a huge industry in the Philippines, and that they need us. They need us badly, not only because we provide entertainment, but because we provide a lot of jobs, and a lot of these sectors also help some of the government industries, because we're very closely related to the tourism industry. And the DOT relies a lot on conventions and exhibitions and all that, and they are part of the live events coalition also. So hopefully these things help the government, or force the government to sit up and do something for our industry. So that's all.
Okay. Hey, thank you. Kian?
Yeah.
La-
Yeah, well, ako gusto ko rin kunin yung opportunity to thank you guys for, sa malaking bagay itong kwentuhan sa lahat na nangyayari ngayon, di ba? And yun nga, moving forward, I think we just really have to be crazy. And kumbaga, ano na to kumbaga, kung ito man yung restart, I think maganda rin siyang tignan natin yung mga silver linings niya.
Okay.
Para rin hindi kasi nakaka-build talaga siya ng anxiety, 'di ba? Nakaka-build siya ng like mental stress sa ating lahat. But we just really gotta hang tight and have faith.
Okay.
Kung ano man ang ibibigay sa atin. I mean, ako naniniwala hindi naman tayo pababayaan 'di ba? But we just really have to like create and let our voices be heard. We need to speak free. Kung may way para like yung pinaka-immediate solution for the artists to earn, baka we can like mount like an online gig pero would benefit the artists naman. Since sanay tayo sa mga branded gigs, branded events naman dito sa Pilipinas, maybe like the brands also can support our industry. Pag nag-mount tayo ng online concerts natin na hindi lang siya basta lang fundraiser. I mean, okay yung ginagawa natin na fundraiser, pero tama na these artists also, they need help, diba? The industry, yung live events industry, we need help. And sana masuportahan tayo ng government, ng private sectors, ng companies, and let's just really help each other. Paramdam natin sa mundo na hindi naman tayo talaga titigil 'di ba? Like the fact na nasa side tayo ng musika.
Okay.
'Di ba? Kahit anong mangyari, ang musika ay musika, kahit 100 years na ang lumipas, musika pa rin siya, 'di ba? So let's just make them feel that music is also a necessity. Entertainment as a whole is necessity siya, essential siya, and I believe music heals. So to the artists, hope they can just like create yung buong team ng mga artists. I think this is a good time also to parang like huddle up and pag-isipan nyo na kung anong klaseng show yung gagawin nyo once everything gets back to normal, because for sure yung nagbabagay yung mga puso natin sa pagbalik sa live shows ulit, ba? So
Okay.
so yeah, basta ano kami, ako on behalf of my record label as well, nandito kami to like collaborate with everyone kung ano matulong namin sa industry. Just let
Thank
us
you.
know also.
Thank you. And then, yun na, to Noel, what's your, ba't mahangin? Final thoughts on,
Ako na.
okay. So, we'll close the discussion with Noel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Final thoughts.
Yeah.
Sorry ha. Pangit talaga yung audio tsaka yung signal na naririnig ko. I'm really sorry. I lost everything. Siguro sa akin yung for our, isang malaking bagay yung kasama ko sa My Brother's Mustache na nagbe-bake na siya ngayon, no? Titinda ng pandesal. So, yung ganung klaseng adaptation, no? That siguro dahil threatened or yung kanyang source of income and hindi talaga alam kung kailan makakabalik. We're just waiting for kung ano yung nagiging uh, tawag dito rule, no, na kung kailan kami makakabalik yung aming sector, and so what we can do right now is just to maybe adapt, look for other means, and like me, I'm trying to really learn the technology to do online thing. Um, I try to acquire some new stuff to be able to you know uh, upgrade what I have, and be able to to you to give a better sound. No, I do, because I do Facebook Live, but I don't know until when we'll be able to do that, because otherwise, you know, baka mamaya singilin na tayo ng mga ng mga copyright owners. We cannot just sing covers. May hangganan din yun, no? So those are other limitations in doing Facebook Live. But um, I don't know. Sa ngayon kasi, ang ginagawa ko is just, try to really be very creative and take this time to keep on writing, and since I have some deliverables with my label, I really have to finish all the songs that I have to do to be able to release the songs that I'm asked to release until the end of the year. And
That's good.
sa awa ng Diyos, nakakagawa naman ng kanta, nakakapag-recording, but we don't I don't go to the studio. Ay batuhan na lang kami ng mga data. The first time I did was I asked my arranger to send me his gear, yung Focusrite, so I'll be able to record my vocals, and then send it back to him, and then email the data and the file, so he'll be able to fix it. Okay naman, we succeeded. So siguro ganun na yung new normal, no? So we really don't know in terms of gigging, like sabi nga ni na Teddy, yung live talaga, we don't know when it's really going to go back. Lalo na kahit na maliit lang na gigging place, no? Kasi hindi mo rin alam kung makaka-recover yung may-ari ng bar with a 50% capacity, or I don't know if it's really going to be really 50%, baka less pa. So but of course we always look we're always hoping, no, that everything will come back. before Christmas. So para yung Christmas naman na ay maging Merry Christmas.
Oo nga. Well,
Ah,
yan na yun.
siguro ganun na lang. Siguro ganun na lang, no? To take this time to learn something new, the technology, and be really more
Okay.
creative.
Well, on that note, thank you again, everyone, for being here, and I know thank you for the time and also for your expertise. So I hope our audience able to get something from us. So music heals, and I hope we can all go back to a gig soon. There's really nothing like a shared experience around music. So thank you, and here's to turning a corner. Thank you, everyone.
Salamat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Tina.
Yeah,
Thank you, guys.
bye.
See you
Salamat.
soon. Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Over and out.
Ingat.